Hi, so this slide presentation will discuss about selected end of chapter problems from the chapter Decentralized Operations and Segment Reporting. So let's start first with problem 1. So I want you to get your book first and read silently the problem so that you can relate to the discussion. Okay, for the first requirement of problem 1, we are asked by how much would the company's net operating income increase if Cebu increased its sales by 75,000 per year? So the shortest possible solution is multiplying 75,000, the increase in sales, by the contribution margin ratio of Cebu branch, which is 40%. So the answer will be 30,000. Okay. For requirement 2, assume that sales in Manila increase by 50,000 next year and that sales in Cebu remain unchanged. Assume no change in fixed cost. So the first requirement for number 2 is preparing a segmented income statement for the company. So here it is. So I'll give you some moment to check your output if you have and compare it with my solution here. Okay. For letter B of number 2, we are asked to come up with an explanation. Let me read it from the book. Observe from the income statement you have prepared that the contribution margin ratio for Manila has remained unchanged at 70% and but that the segment margin ratio has changed. So in our given in the book, the segment margin ratio of Manila is 18%. In our new income statement, as shown on your screen, it's 31%. So we are asked to give an explanation to the change in the segment margin ratio. So this is my explanation. First, the segment margin ratio rise and fall due to the presence of fixed costs. The fixed expenses are spread over a larger base as sales increase. In contrast to the segment ratio, the contribution margin ratio is a stable figure so long as there is no change in either the variable expenses or the selling price of a unit of service. Let's have now problem 2, requirement 1, but first I want you to read the problem silently. So, the first requirement, we are asked to prepare an income statement segmented by geographic market as desired by the president. So, here is my output. For the second requirement, let me read from the book. The company's sales manager believes that sales in central geographic market could be increased by 15% if advertising were increased by 25,000 each month. Would you recommend the increased advertising? Show computations to support your answer. So this is my computation for requirement 2. The increase in contribution margin is 63,000. So how did we obtain 63,000? According to our problem, sales will increase by 15%. So if we will return to our segmented income statement, the contribution margin of the central uh, division or central geographic market is 420,000. So it will increase by 15%. So 420,000 times 0.15. So the increase in contribution margin due to the proposal is 63,000. There's a corresponding increase for advertising as stated, 25,000. So the proposal will result to a net benefit or increase in net income of 38,000. That's a monthly increase in net income. So our conclusion is to implement the proposal because we have a benefit amounting to 38,000. This ends my discussion about or on the selected problems from the end of the chapter. I'm leaving you with this quote from Eric Thomas. Where there is no struggle, there is absolutely no progress. Thank you for your attention.